Ladies and gentlemen, like this, I will never learn Persian because today is day number 340 and I only studied for 255.9 hours, meaning that I have to keep studying to get to the 300 for more, a little bit more than 2 hours a day. So that is going to be way too difficult. So if I continue like this, I will never learn Persian, you know. I will not achieve my goals. I'll give you now an update since the last update, which was until the 27th of November. And this update will be mainly telling you what is not going well. Okay, so let's jump right in. So you see here my plan, and the total amount of hours, as I just said, are 255.9. Now today, let's go to the day. Today is the 8th of December, and you see I haven't written it down yet because I haven't done anything today. So let's go back to the first day, and then I'll take you through my plan and my kind of journal about Persian and what I did day by day. So here was actually my last good day, so I should make it green. And that day I did 1 hour of Link in the morning, and then I had the language exchange with my new buddy Hossein. So I met Hossein teaching him, because I'm a Dutch teacher, so I gave him Dutch classes. And then we decided to do a language exchange because he's from Iran. And we did a dictation. So he said some words, I wrote them down. I said some words, he wrote them down. That was great. Next day, didn't do anything, I don't remember why. Then the next day, The Little Prince arrived. So my new book. I've read it already many times. So the idea is to read it now also in Farsi, as because I have so much context, I will understand it, I thought. But I kind of don't. I do have The Little Prince also in English here, and I read like one page in English and one page in Farsi, or the other way around, and I kind of understand something. But as you can see, I write. It really annoys me that I cannot find my headphones. I need my headphones to walk around and listen to Farsi. If I do not have them, I have to sit behind the screen to study Farsi, and I do not like that. So one of the problems, of the many problems I had these last 2 weeks, or these last 10 days, I should say, is that I had my headphones before, somewhere, and now I don't remember where. And I have to work a lot these days, so I'm behind the screen a lot. And then when I want to study, I have to be more behind the screen, so that's really annoying. So what I like to do is I'd like to put on my headphones and go for a walk, but I couldn't do that. So that was just really annoying because I didn't know where they were, and I still haven't found them actually. Okay, so that was my issue here on the 29th. And you'll see that I have a different issue every time, okay? So next day, played around with the app, did something in Link, some stories, But this is my problem here on the 30th. For some reason, I have the feeling I do not have time for anything this week. I want to do way more Persian, but I can't figure out how. Too busy. It is a wonder I managed to do so much today. So that was my problem here, no time, okay? My problem today, for example, the 8th of December, is that I feel very bad. So I took some aspirins and I'm kind of okay. But if I don't sound very sharp, that's because I'm sick again, okay? Next day, 1st of December, I write, it is cold and dark outside, and I can't get out of bed to study Farsi in the morning. Then I realized also that it's winter here now in Holland, so the days are very short, and the nights are very long. Everything's very cold, gas prices are up, so you can't really turn up the heating neither. So everything just gets more difficult, and that's probably also why I feel like I don't have time. Because the day is already over at like 6, Anyway, next day I had a good day, so that's why I made it green. So I said I read and listen to low intermediate stories on Link, and I am almost no longer a beginner. So I really enjoyed reading that story on Link, and I'll show you that story actually. So this is my Link profile, and as you know, I use this to read and to listen to stories and to build up my vocabulary. And I am now up to 2,286 words, as you can see here. And the story that I've been talking about before was this one. Here, what we like about Iranian cities. I also printed this story. Somewhere here I have it, but I probably also lost it. And I try to, read along with on my paper while listening to it. So using here the Link audio button.
دوستان امروز میخواهیم در مورد نکات
I can listen to it, right? So that's how I study, as you probably know if you've watched more of my videos. So, next day I didn't do anything, I was too busy. Next day I played on the app, and I found part of a movie that was great. Children in Heaven, it's called. So somebody in the comments actually recommended me to watch movies, so I decided to listen to them. So this was actually an okay day. I should make it green maybe. And then you see it's maybe not so bad, right? Then the 5th of December, alright, it is dark and cold outside. So hard to get up, but I got up and drank a coffee, stretched for a few minutes and read some stories on Link. My eye got caught by a mini story, and 48 that I apparently had not read entirely, so I finished it and understood quite a bit more than some weeks ago. Even though I might not feel it, I am going forward. So you see, I tried to be positive here because I was not feeling positive, okay? Also here, so these are the minutes I studied and these are the hours I studied. You can see it's very little, 40 minutes, 12 minutes, 60 minutes, 0, 85, 20, 40, 35. And my goal is to do 1 hour a day. So 0 here, so it's really not enough. And like this, I will just never get there. If I have a different excuse every day, it's not gonna be nice. Next day I write, by the way, this day, 5th of December, is Sinterklaas here. So Sinterklaas is this guy, okay? Here you can see him with his helpers. And we celebrated here the 5th of December. We give each other presents and write poems and things like that. So I also celebrate that with my Dutch classes, so they can feel the culture celebrating one of our traditions, right? So I had to write 12 poems and buy many, many presents. And that's also one of the reasons why I was so busy. It was great, by the way. It went great. And I also got some presents. They gave me a book. I'll go and get it for you, actually. Amor en Tiempo de Cólera, Spanish classic, really great. And these are the books I talked about earlier, The Little Prince in English and Persian. So really nice. And then here, next day, 6th of December, it says, I wanted to do stuff for Persian the whole day, but it is just impossible these days. December is crazily busy, so I decided to watch just a bit of a Persian film at the end of the evening. In that way I can at least do something, okay? So I watched for 40 minutes and it's very useful. At my level, I just notice it. So I watched Children in Heaven. I'll put the link in the description as well. And I watched it first, a couple of scenes in English, and then a couple of scenes, the same scenes in Farsi. And I do notice that I can notice a lot of things in the language, that I'm really learning a lot. So actually, when I read back, my own comments, it's not as bad as I feel. Maybe it's because I don't feel very good physically now. But then the next day, so yesterday I write, I woke up too late to study in the morning because of the film I had watched yesterday. In the evening I went for a walk with my new headphones on. I did that for 35 minutes, just listening to stories. Then I went to bed and I actually woke up sick this morning, so let me write it down. But what I did do today, I did nothing at first, but I did play on the app a little bit. So what I mean with the app is not a link, but that's the app monthly. So let me show you that app as well. If you've watched my video before, you've already seen it many times. And you can just stop watching right now because it's not going to be very interesting anymore. So look, I play around. I, for example, click on sports here. I go to a lesson. And course à pied. Oké. Dus dat is deze. Do.
Do.
Correct. So I put my app in French, so I can also revise my French a little bit. And I have to type in the Farsi, right?
آیا تو در پارک می‌دوی؟
right? So like that, I now have to write the French sentence. So like this, I just build up my vocabulary, and it's nice to have different resources, right? So I have the movie that I watch, I have the book that I read, I have the application called Link, this one where I read and listen, and here where I play around. So I have many different things I can do. So like that, I keep it interesting, for me at least. But still, I just can't find the time, it seems. And from now on, my new plan is to force myself to find the time. Also, my agenda is a little bit more chill now, because many courses I've actually already finished. So that's nice. And also I made sure that from January onward, I will actually have a more relaxed schedule. So I'm going to work less, or teach less, and I'm going to work more on my projects, which are Farsi, and I'm also starting an online Dutch business, basically. So I'm going to sell video courses, and I'm also going to sell my own stories and content for A2 and B1 and B2 level, for Dutch, for people who want to learn Dutch, of course. So if you're interested in that, then you can already, already keep that in mind. And I will see you when I will speak definitely a lot better Farsi, because I am going to study. I'm going to study now for 2 hours a day until the end of the year. So I get exactly to 300 hours. So this number, I'm going to get it to 300 hours. I promise you, okay? Also, I want to get more subscribers. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you when I speak better Farsi.